Hello everyone, we are Easy Allies and it is time to react to a Nintendo Direct. I'm Kyle Bossman, joined by Ben Moore,
Yo.
Daniel Bloodworth,
We haven't done this before.
and soon to join us at the table, Brandon Jones.
Hi, everybody.
That's Speed Jones. Hopefully you can hear us. Hopefully you can hear the event once it begins, which is within 2 minutes, hopefully. Much to talk about, too little time. Ben Moore, what are you excited to see today?
I'm excited to see a lot of potential things. I think if you had to give me like a wish and dreams thing, it would be Fire Emblem. We know they've been working on it. They know it's been cooking.
No, it's coming this year.
Yeah. We know it's coming this year. Just as a big fan, I really want that the most. And I think in the back of my mind, I'm still holding on to that tiny glimmer of hope that it could happen.
Cool.
Even if it's unrealistic.
I don't think it's unrealistic at all. It's coming this year. They got to show something sometime.
Sure.
Show it now. Give us a little trailer
Something
now. Show some
sometime,
gameplay at E3.
Sure.
Daniel Bloodworth, what do you expect to see in a half hour of new stuff from Nintendo?
Nintendo. Did they say it's new stuff? Is it
there
new
will
details on
Is it upcoming-
Mario Tennis?
Switch announcements.
Yeah.
Blood. It's all new stuff. They're not going to show anything old.
Well,
New information about old games.
they
Yes.
should show new information about old games.
Yeah.
That's new stuff, man.
I actually, I think Octopath Traveler likely will be in there.
Will it have a name?
That would be fun. Fun to see if they actually give it a name that's different than Octopath Traveler.
Oh man, Octopath Traveler. They could just turn off the direct after that if that's being revealed on this thing.
I've been curious. There's been a lot of these Pikmin 4 rumors running around forever, so I'd be curious if they ever acknowledge that. If that
Miyamoto
happens today.
himself said it was almost finished like 4 years ago. It's
Yeah.
not a rumor. He said it's almost complete.
Pikmin 4 for years.
That's their own dumb fault. That's not a rumor. Brandon Jones,
Yes.
what is the only thing you would be excited to see in the next 30 minutes?
That's a loaded question. I would be excited about many things that
Okay.
could possibly happen in this stream.
Sure.
I'm more excited or more anticipating an Animal Crossing announcement than I should be. I'll say that. I shouldn't be excited about that. But the thing that makes me think about it is, I said that on social media and somebody was like, well, wait for that announcement for E3. But I think you announce it now.
Yep.
Give us the name so we know going into E3. Because I don't think Animal Crossing will be like the main game they're going to show off at E3 no matter how excited I am about it. And so
Oh, here we go.
I just don't
Here we
want
go.
that to I don't want that announcement to fall by the wayside with a lot of E3 exciting stuff.
There will be M-rated games. All right. I don't hear it, Jones.
I don't hear it either.
I'll get it going.
Cool.
Brace your ears.
We might just have it muted.
Yeah, we have to.
Yeah, we should have it muted.
Just here.
No.
It's
no,
muted on
just
the
click,
YouTube player.
Click that. Yeah, there we go.
Yoshiaki,
Yeah, baby.
There we go.
I'll be your guide.
We got there in time.
And if you could scroll the mouse up a little,
Lots
Jones.
of information to share about upcoming.
Jones, if you could
games for
scroll the
Nintendo
mouse up a little
Switch
bit.
and Nintendo 3DS.
Jones, if you could
Jones,
scroll the mouse up a little
Just
bit.
scroll the mouse up a little bit.
Nintendo 3DS headlines.
Thanks. All right, 3DS headlines, chat. You didn't miss a thing.
Oh, WarioWare.
I am so down for this.
And the WarioWare series is coming to the Nintendo 3DS family of systems,
Gold.
which means there's a new way to play Wario's strangely satisfying microgames. With classics and new additions, there are 300 microgames to enjoy, making this the biggest entry in the series. Press buttons, tilt the system, use the touchscreen, and micro.
It's funny the tilt games even made it in.
Yeah.
Come up with this many control schemes. Think fast. What playstyle is required for this one? Better figure it out and dig that crazy action while it's hot. Hey, some familiar characters are rocking new looks. This is the most jam-packed game in the series
Come on.
yet. Just look at that face.
That
Even
curling
Mario
made it
can't
in.
contain his wicked grin. WarioWare Gold launches
August 3rd.
No logo though.
Get ready.
We know what the
for
WarioWare logo looks like.
Post-apocalyptic races and battles. Race down enemy groks and rock them in battle to defend frontier villages.
So this is cool. This has been announced in Japan for a while.
Action meets tower defense.
Dead
and
Heat
Dillon's
Breakers? Is that what they
Dead
said?
Heat Breakers.
Yeah. Thank you, announcer.
This time,
Frame rate.
Flash himself, Dillon, will team up with your own animalized me character. What in tar-
Oh dear. Oh no.
Oh man.
characters can join the team that does?
Come on, dude.
Well, you'll need their help to defeat each wave of transforming monsters. Who or what will you and Dillon get tangled up with?
Like the art is so good, and then just these
Right.
stupid Mii's
Yeah.
show up.
Completely out of place.
Frontier
But it kinda makes it better.
some heroes. demo version of the game will be available for download May 10th.
Demo May 10th, but then
Dillon's Dead Heat Breakers rolls into Nintendo eShop on Nintendo
May
3DS
24th.
May 24th.
I like that they haven't given up on Dillon.
Are the brothers and Bowser still better together? Nintendo DS Classic Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside
Ooh,
Story
this one's my
is back for
favorite.
gut-busting adventures.
wow.
Mario and Luigi have been tasked with finding a cure for the Blorbs, a disease threatening all life in the Mushroom Kingdom.
Yeah, this
But
is good.
Thanks to Fawful, both brothers have been devoured by Bowser, and so their journey takes them deep into the belly of the beast, leaving Bowser to scour the kingdom for the cure.
And the art actually looks
The only
good
way
on this.
forward
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
the change between the Bros and Bowser.
I'd say this is an
The
improvement for
big
sure.
bad will even beef up for monstrous boss battles fit for a king.
Oh yeah,
Take
I
him
forgot.
down
This
in
like
this
really used the
action-packed RPG.
DS two-screen
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, this is so good. I'm
And-
glad they skipped to that one.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Looks like his boy wants in on the action. Find out what happens behind the scenes in the untold story of Bowser Jr.
Go ahead and pass on that one.
When
Right.
Mario and Luigi, Bowser's Inside Story plus
2019.
Bowser Jr.'s journey launches in
2019.
Wow! How?
Here's the scoop on Detective
Why?
Pikachu,
How?
a new amiibo. Something about this Pikachu
right.
is a little different. He's gruff,
You agree with me, don't you?
runs his mouth,
Hey, don't boss me around.
likes coffee,
This hi-hat blend is as delicious as ever.
and no one knows why. Welcome to Rhyme City, where humans and Pokemon usually live in harmony. But recently, Pokemon have been behaving oddly and running amok.
It's like Zootopia.
Well,
Fake
Luckily, a boy
I love
named
that this,
Tim
the
and
hovering a
Detective
little bit is
Pikachu are
running
on the
amok.
case.
Like, whoa, Charizard!
Mystery Hill.
Stop it.
How was that? Did
That's
I
a
do
good
it?
joke.
As of today,
That's a good
the game
joke.
is available for pre-purchase in Nintendo eShop on Nintendo 3DS.
It's funny that there
Crack
aren't
the
even any
case
Sun
with
and Moon
Detective
Pokemon
Pikachu
in there.
when the game
Yeah.
launches March 23rd. Plus,
March
keep your eyes
23rd.
peeled for this
Bring it on.
extra-large Detective Pikachu amiibo figure, which launches the same day. That mysterious mansion has reappeared
Oh.
in the Nintendo 3DS remake.
okay.
Yo!
Oh boy. Good call.
On board.
Fun.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So much rather have a
Nintendo
remaster on
GameCube
Switch
classic
though.
Luigi's
Yeah.
Mansion has been remade.
How is that not the
3DS.
first thing you think?
It's been
Yeah.
demade for the 3DS.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's like yeah. All
But
that effort and you just can't.
Fans of the
I'm
Luigi's
still
Mansion
excited,
Dark Moon
regardless.
game can now explore the original
Well,
mansion
they've
where
already
Mario
got the
went missing.
engine, so they just need to like
Luigi's something
remake
of a
it with that
scaredy
engine.
cat, but these classic ghosts and traps are no match for his vacuum cleaner. Besides, the mansion's map will be displayed on the bottom screen.
Still says Game Boy Horror. I like that.
If you work up the courage, fight the ghosts of your past battles in the new boss rush mode.
Oh, come on.
yeah.
Luigi's Mansion for Nintendo 3DS launches this year.
Doesn't have any weird subtitle or
That's
something.
all for Nintendo
No, that's it.
3DS.
And I wonder if it's next level developing it. They didn't say.
All right, 3DS, everybody.
I think it
So
almost,
good. Still being represented.
I think it almost has to
almost
the
has to
headlines
be.
coming.
Not necessarily.
WarioWare makes sense on the system.
It's time for Nintendo
I feel like they handled
Switch.
that 3DS section extremely well.
Showtime,
Kirby
baby.
can even make friends with those characters? Kirby Star Allies finally launches next week. As you fight through your adventure, you'll reach dream palaces where, surprise, even fan-favorite legacy characters can become Kirby's friends. Well,
With Amiibo?
dream friends anyway. When you're saving the world, it's nice to have some heavy hitters on your side, even the likes of King Dedede, Meta Knight.
I was hoping it was like
Bandana
Pit
Waddle
or
Dee.
something.
I mean, we've been friends with the Waddle Dee before.
Yeah. this is not crazy.
More dream
You
friends
can be
will
friends
be
with
added
them?
to the game via free updates after launch.
So not even Amiibo. You just get to play as them. That's
Update
cool.
will include Rick,
Oh!
Pine, and Koo.
Cool.
That's cool.
Oh, the best.
Oh, they're like one
Marks.
character. Okay. Yeah, Gooey's cool too.
It's like a dream come true to bring this ragtag crew of characters together from across the
Oh,
Kirby
I
series.
love Kirby's Dream Night too.
Kirby Star Allies launches on Nintendo Switch March 16th, and the first free update will be available March 28th. Oh yeah, a quick reminder, a free demo is available now in Nintendo eShop on Nintendo Switch. What else are friends for?
So new characters with DLC,
Epic
new
Tale
levels as well.
returns
Has
with
that been
new
announced?
artistic touches.
Oh, Okami did?
Okami, the grand adventure in classical Japanese style, rises again in the HD version.
Makes
To
sense.
save the land from a terrible curse, the legendary Okami Amaterasu was resurrected, setting off on a quest with the wandering artist Isu. Overcome challenges using the power of the gods, the celestial brush. With mere brush strokes, you can make a variety of miracles come to
Think you'll use the
fruition.
touchscreen at all?
In the Nintendo Switch
There it
version,
is.
Sorry?
Right
use
there.
touchscreen
okay.
control
There we go.
in handheld mode. Or use the Joy-Con controller's motion controls in TV mode or tabletop mode.
Touchscreen is
Both
not
methods
advertised a
offer
lot.
an intuitive
No.
way
No.
to solve puzzles and defeat your foes. Meet an eclectic cast.
Yeah, it's
Solve
nice to have a full
mysteries.
set
And
of
slay
options for those
countless
controls.
monsters to discover what awaits at your journey's end. Okami HD launches on Nintendo eShop on Nintendo Switch this summer.
Still looks gorgeous.
Eat up and throw sushi on Nintendo Switch? An adventure unlike any other. With conveyor belt sushi action, it's Sushi
Sushi
Striker,
Striker.
the way of Sushido.
Okay.
So it's a 3DS
The
game?
story takes place after the bitter sushi struggles. Raised in a world where sushi is forbidden, Musashi must wage all-out conveyor belt sushi battles to defeat the Empire and topple its sushi monopoly.
This is way more story than I was
Gameplay is deep,
anticipating.
but the basics are simple. Just eat
It makes
more
me
and
wanna
more
play.
sushi to pile up plates of matching colors on a table. Then throw them all at your opponent. Mix up your strategies to crush your enemies. If you manage to pull off a special move created by one of your sushi sprites, you may be able to get the upper hand in battle. Of course, there's a multiplayer mode too. Battling fellow sushi strikers online can get intense. Sushi Striker, The Way of Sushido launches simultaneously on Nintendo Switch and Nintendo 3DS June 8th.
Give it a shot. Give it a whirl.
Good logo.
I like
More
the cross-platform
travelers,
release.
More details,
Oh,
and
here we
more
are.
Launch info. Nice.
Shut it down.
Hello, this is Masashi Takahashi from Square Enix. Today, I have 3 news items to share with you. First, I'd like to introduce 2 more main characters.
What lies beyond the horizon?
Merchant.
Meet Tressa the Merchant. She sets off
This
to
game
find
looks
her
so
own
good. Look at that
adventure
water.
and gain
Yeah.
experience in her job. Her path action
Background.
is purchase, which means she can obtain special items from townsfolk.
I helped out someone in a bind. Simple as that.
And this is Alfin, the apothecary. He embarks on his journey to heal those suffering across the continent. His path action is Inquire. He can worm out info others aren't privy to in standard conversations.
Oh, cool.
Context.
Lore character.
Yeah.
Next, let's talk about jobs in battle. Characters start out with a base job, but they can equip an additional job to use in battle.
Oh.
Oh dear.
For instance, if another character like the merchant Tressa equips the dancer job, the combined jobs and abilities expand your strategic options. Finally, we know many of you have been wondering about the release date. The game launches June
Project
15th.
That's a
Project
good time.
is off.
That's
too.
a good time.
That's the title.
That's a good time.
Additionally, we will be offering
Oh,
a
yeah.
special
There it is.
edition
There's
of the game.
Octopath Traveler.
Inside, you'll find
Look
a
at
pop-up
that.
book introducing the 8 characters and their places
Pop-up
of
book,
origin,
nice.
The pop-up
a helpful
book.
map for your adventure, a sound selection CD,
cute.
and a replica coin based on the in-game currency. This special edition will be released the same day as the regular version of the game. Your comments have provided the development team with reference points and inspiration as we head into the home stretch of our work with the game.
We did
Please
it!
look forward to the release of
started them.
Octopath
Yep.
Traveler.
There you go.
July 13th.
Nice.
Perfect
What
time.
happens when an otaku assassin enters
Nice.
your game?
Yes? Are they really? Oh.
The legendary gaming console, the Death
Here we
Drive
go.
Mark II.
Gameplay.
Travis Touchdown wanders into the game world and embarks on a rampage of epic proportions. Inside, there's an action game, racing, puzzles, a total of 7 different game titles. With his beam katana in hand, he vows to exterminate every last bug he finds. Chain his simple yet exhilarating basic attacks and his arsenal of skill attacks to cut them down to size. A brutal boss lurks at the end of each game. Creatively combine your moves to crush them.
So it looks like we're never third person.
Pass the
right?
Joy-Con controller to a friend for co-op multiplayer.
Wait, they do have those
Partner
behind the
up with
shoulder
the one and only
bits, but
Batman.
yeah.
Did we
that's
mention
cool.
the adventure mode, which tells a new story? Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes, launches exclusively on Nintendo Switch in 2018.
I think it looks better than I expected, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the
In
variety.
Dark Souls, every challenge is an opportunity.
Plus amiibo.
Plus amiibo. Dark Souls,
They know it.
a world
They know what
wrought
they're doing.
with despair. And
I really hope you just drop it on and you die. That's all I want to see.
In the seemingly endless cycle of death, one clean victory becomes a moment you'll never forget. Now you can savor your accomplishments anytime, anywhere for the first time on console with Nintendo Switch. Before launch, there's going to be a network test, so players can try the game.
That's
If this
good.
will be
That's
your
cool.
first Dark Souls experience. Welcome to a brave new world. Separately, the Solaire of Astora amiibo.
Oh my God! They did it! They did it! Yes! Yes! Oh!
I don't.
I do not believe it.
I cannot believe it.
Wow.
How's it going so far? Well,
Alright.
I have a quick reminder.
Anything can happen.
Did you hear that My Nintendo members can now redeem gold
I was
points
so
real
worried
hard
that
to
it was
write
just
off
gonna.
amiibo
on the
suggestions.
Nintendo Switch
Oh my
system?
God!
That's incredible.
Yeah, they've opened the
To
floodgates.
use your points during the checkout process in Nintendo eShop for Nintendo Switch or on the Nintendo website.
That's gonna be so many
Visit the
people's
My
first
Nintendo
amiibo.
website to learn more.
That thing is already sold out.
Okay, we have more Nintendo Switch headlines, but first, let's shine a nice long spotlight on one title in particular.
A long spotlight.
Please take a look.
Oh yeah.
All-star roster of Mario series favorites is ready to rally in full-blown tennis battles, using their most tactical, tricked-out
I'm gonna play
shots
this game.
ever. Mario Tennis Aces. There are more than 15
By the way, I like they
playable
mix up the
characters,
announcers.
each with their own distinct characteristics.
Why is Rosalina flying?
The varied playstyles on the Nintendo Switch system allow up to 4 players to step onto the court together. Today, we'll mainly cover the essentials of the refined tennis gameplay. There's a variety of shots to serve up, like a basic shot, top spin, slice, and a lob that'll zoom over your opponent's head, just to name a few.
We fixed tennis.
Why not aim
Toadette's a
and
really
then
good character.
Whoa.
Introducing the all-new Zone
Range
Shot.
filth.
Bold.
It lets you pinpoint any spot you want to aim at using motion controls and send the ball crashing down. Zone shots are really powerful, so if you get hit by one, your racket will take some damage.
Huh.
Racket health.
If your racket takes 3 hits,
Yes.
it'll break, forcing you to forfeit if it's your last one.
Walk away in shame.
What? That's some golden snitch stuff right here.
That's an
Don't give
interesting
up
system.
hope. You can stop a zone shot with a block.
It
Return
kills
a shot
you.
with perfect timing, and you'll block, protecting your racket.
Breath of Wild stamina.
It's no small feat to nail the timing just right. That's where zone speed comes into play. When using zone speed, the world around you moves in slow motion, allowing you to perform incredible feats, like chasing down a quick shot. It's no instant win card, but it makes it a bit easier to block.
It's like you have a
powerful
pool of
zone
mana,
shots.
basically, yeah?
Yeah.
Of course, you can't just spam.
I can't
zone
wait to
shots
nominate
and zone
Aces
speed
for
the whole
Action
match.
Game of the Year.
Yeah.
You can only initiate these moves by using up some of your energy gauge.
I like this. I like that a lot,
The
actually.
energy gauge slowly fills up the longer you keep a rally going. But the fastest way to fill up your gauge is with the new trick shot.
Whoa.
This is a great demonstration.
If a ball gets away from you, you can jump over to knock it back. It's a risky maneuver. If you don't judge the timing or distance correctly, you may waste your energy or lose a point.
Yeah.
But if you're successful, your energy gauge will get a big
I really
boost.
want to see Luigi's.
Fill up your gauge, and it's go time. And initiate your ultimate
Supers.
shot, the special shot. It will eat up your energy in a big way, but this thing can really turn the tide. It may even destroy your opponent's
DK's
rocket
dead.
in one hit.
Mario wins.
Not
Game
even
over.
A special shot guarantees a win. There's always a chance it could be blocked, so watch out. In these intense matches, every move you make presents a risk, and hopefully a reward. Your energy gauge could be the key to victory.
Do Waluigi's, please.
Will you use it for an offensive zone shot? Or use it for some defensive zone speed? Let's say you go for the zone shot. Will you go for a surefire point? Or will you try to destroy your opponent's
Will you try
racket
to
and run
murder
the
them?
risk
I
of
will
getting
always go
caught?
for the KO.
Absolutely.
Surefire point every time.
Look at that. The despair. Donkey Kong's
Non-stop,
face.
split-second strategies may be the best part about Mario Tennis Aces.
I wish they gave Bowser some
Purists
sneakers.
rejoice. You can also play using simple rules, which means only basic shots are allowed. Once you connect online, you can play a match with your friends or other players. Events and online tournaments will be held, allowing you to compete
Chain Chomp
against
is
other
crazy.
players.
It didn't register with me the first time. That's a
Matchmaking
crazy
is
tennis
based
character.
on your
Right.
record during the event. As a participation bonus, you can get special outfits or even
Is the
additional
racket just like
characters.
floating next to him?
Whoa.
There's also
Yeah, I don't
swing
know.
mode,
I think he
which
uses his
allows you
chain.
to use your Joy-Con
Okay,
like
okay.
a tennis
That makes sense.
racket.
That's okay.
Forehand,
Yeah, I'm good.
backhand, slice, and lob. This mode is perfect when you want to play the game casually with your friends and family, or just get your body moving.
Yeah, I mean, Wii Sports Tennis was good.
Yeah.
I'm into this.
The game offers a refined approach to tennis
Oh,
games.
In
No,
his
he puts it in
mouth.
his mouth.
In his mouth.
With deep strategic payoffs. Plus, the story mode will offer other twists to the good old game of tennis.
Such a huge turnaround from the last game.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yes.
Oh! The rose.
Mario Tennis Aces.
I can't believe
launches
it's game
June
over at
22nd.
that point. You just lose.
Defeat appears on the screen.
And one last thing. As we approach the game's launch, we decided to hold a pre-launch online tournament.
Nice.
That way, you can try out Mario Tennis Aces for yourself.
It's a beta,
announce
but it's
the
a
details
tournament?
at a
That's
later
crazy.
date, so please stay tuned.
So I guess just download a demo that's just one mode.
Did they say a
Yeah.
release date for Aces?
Yep.
June
June
22nd.
22nd.
Mario Tennis Aces in the future. Let's continue with some Nintendo Switch headlines.
You know what's coming, don't you, Koizumi?
does.
You sly dog.
Captain Toad
Yes.
is ready to explore other systems.
There we
Captain
go.
Toad Treasure Tracker is bound for Nintendo Switch.
Good.
Oh,
Good.
yeah.
A variety
Very,
of
very
tricky
good.
sandbox-style levels inspired
Oh,
by
yeah.
Japanese box gardens called Hakoniwa. You can rotate the camera and
The
touch the
meme
screen
lives.
for a better view of hidden treasures. And this time, we've included a few Super Mario Odyssey levels too.
Oh.
That's cool.
Now you can explore locales from a variety of kingdoms. Check out New Donk City.
Yeah. Please.
By the way, did you know Captain Toad also appeared in Super Mario Odyssey?
Yeah.
We did.
The Nintendo
Yeah, I knew
Switch
that.
version can be played with a friend by sharing a pair of Joy-Con
What a weird
controllers.
aside right there.
While one controls Captain Toad, the other can assist with things like turnip cover fire, so you can enjoy tracking treasure together. We
That's
also
cute.
plan to release a Nintendo 3DS version with
Oh,
3D
whoa.
visuals and touchscreen controls.
Nice.
Feels like there's a box garden right in your hands. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker launches July 13th.
3DS version's nuts.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Hey, who turned out the lights?
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Oh, okay.
Cute.
Fun to announce it though. Yeah, never tried it. Never played it.
Gaming icon crashes Nintendo Switch. The
Yes.
impossible isn't possible until it happens. All 3
Wow.
original Crash Bandicoot games are debuting on a Nintendo system for the very first time.
Wow.
Spin, jump,
Huh.
and whump through the trilogy's 100+ action platforming
Mega
levels
Amiibo.
as Crash and his sister Coco. Everything from the cinematics to the animations to the lush environments has been fully updated since the original games, so they'll look great on your TV or on the go. Ruin Dr. Neo Cortex's plans for world domination and save Tana in Crash Bandicoot. Form an uneasy alliance.
Tana
with
is the
mad
name of Crash
scientists in
Bandicoot's
Crash
girlfriend. They
Bandicoot 2, Cortex
They
Strikes
knew.
Back. And stop him in the evil Uka Uka through a battle across time in Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped. Believe it or not, the Crash Bandicoot N.Sane Trilogy is officially making the Wump to Nintendo Switch July 10th.
We're just as surprised as you are.
Never fear, Little Nightmares
Oh,
is
cool.
almost here.
I still need to play the DLC.
Yep,
From
I was just thinking the same thing.
independent developer Tarsier Studios comes a charmingly horrific adventure like no other. The puzzle platformer Little Nightmares will trap you in the Maw, a vast
This game is
vessel of
really
mystery
good.
haunted by corrupted souls.
I love the voiceover guy.
The
This
complete
game is
edition
really
on Nintendo
terrifying.
Switch contains 2 haunting tales in
Oh
one
no.
package.
Oh no, that game.
In 6 and the kids' separate adventures, you must face their childhood fears across
Kid,
all
like
8
DLC or
chapters,
something, or-
Yeah,
including
that's the additional
downloadable
stuff.
content. Each room is a cell, each resident is a threat, and both present complex 3D puzzles to master. Not to mention, you can receive the Nintendo Switch exclusive in-game Pacu mask by tapping the Pac-Man amiibo figure.
Oh.
Little Nightmares Complete Edition releases on May
Well done.
18th.
Nice.
You just couldn't help
Somebody had
yourself.
that idea.
South Park is coming to Nintendo Switch.
Whoa.
Smart.
We're excited to announce that South Park: The Fractured But Whole is coming to Nintendo Switch.
They gave that one a severance.
Greatest
Yeah,
fans
yeah.
superhero adventure. You can play anytime, anywhere for the very first time.
Good job, Matt. Very good
Customize
job.
your avatar.
Who's gonna fall
Come
for
on
it?
down to South Park and join Stan, Kyle, Kenny, and Cartman's superhero team. Then have yourself a time with a battle system as surprisingly deep as the show that spawned it.
Aw, you just let him hit you.
Choose a class, level up, build your notoriety, craft items, go on quests, and more. All past DLC will be available for purchase individually or as a part of the Season Pass. DLC 1 Danger Deck and DLC 2 From Dusk Till Casa Bonita will be available at launch. And DLC 3 Bring the Crunch will tell an additional story when it releases later this year. South Park: The Fractured But Whole releases on Nintendo Switch April 24th.
Good job. Good job.
Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition launches when exactly?
Today.
Let's take a quick moment
just
for a
shouted
release
out
date
it.
announcement.
Right.
The heroes and villains of the Legend of Zelda series are about to spring into action once more. This spring,
Oh, never mind.
Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition launches May 18th only on Nintendo Switch. ARMS fans, don't miss this. The ARMS League is pleased to extend an invitation to all
They
you
ran out of
hardcore
ideas for that
fans
title.
out there
Just that one.
playing the
ARMS
game,
fans,
enjoying all
cool
the
days
added
coming.
characters and stages, and going online to play the new Party Crash mode. We're happy to announce the ARMS US and Canada Online Open. Prelims will take place in the game's online ranked match mode from March 8th to March 18th. 8 top players will then move on to the online finals March 31st. All finalists will receive a custom art piece created by the development team. We'll be streaming the event live from Nintendo of America headquarters on our official site. Stay
Cool.
tuned for our social channels for more details in the coming weeks. And if you're not an ARMS fan just yet, well, we have good news. On March 31st, we'll be hosting a 3-day test punch. Download this demo event from Nintendo eShop on Nintendo Switch. Play for free and see what you think of the world's stretchiest fighting game. On March 21st, producer Kosuke Yabuki will discuss the development of ARMS at the Game Developers Conference. And Hisashi Nogami will present separately on the Splatoon franchise. So
Oh,
look
cool.
out for coverage of both.
That's awesome.
Fun to get updates like that. in the direct.
Inkopolis News Bulletin.
Yeah, it is.
It's update time.
So this looks like the last
This
item
April,
on their headlines
Splatoon 2 is
list.
getting an
Yeah,
update.
I think we're done.
Version 3.0 is coming. Here's
one
a
last
brief and
tease.
briny taste of what's to come. 100 new pieces
Wow.
of gear. That means fresh looks, just in time for spring. Plus, more stages. Piranha Pit. Camp Triggerfish. And the hottest date spot for the hippest inklings. Wahoo World.
That's cute.
And what? Rank X is here.
I like this music.
Rank
For a
X
second,
is
I thought they were
extreme
putting
rank.
Mega Man in the
I
game.
know.
Even higher than S+. More details are coming
Indeed.
soon. Once you meet certain conditions, Callie will appear in Octo Canyon.
Cool.
The world of Splatoon 2 continues to evolve, so don't miss out. Now, a word from the Squid Research Lab. Check out their latest video.
They're building this up.
Splatoon Dance Studio?
What's happening?
This music is so good.
This is amazing. This is amazing. Never speed up.
World. Like no guesses from Blood at all. Like you, nothing, Blood.
I mean, it looks like a whole new story mode, but
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
I'm
it
in.
looks like a whole new story mode, exactly.
yeah, for sure. Whoa.
Yeah, so it looks like you can even play as the Octolings in the actual game. Cool.
It was all a dream.
But do they not transform?
Here we go.
Octo.
Good logo, dudes.
Oh. Cool.
Splatoon 1 didn't have any expansions, right?
Squid
No,
Research
not like
Lab.
that.
Got now.
So, how was it?
Very
You
good,
just
man.
got a sneak peek at the first paid downloadable content for
Those
Splatoon
glasses.
Oh, paid.
the hefty new single-player mode Octo expansion.
Hefty.
Yeah,
You'll
bring that
play
song
as
back.
the new
Bring it back.
character, Agent 8, who looks like an Octoling. She wakes up on the platform of a dark subway station without her memories. Looks like some kind of test facility.
Yeah.
In this massive subterranean world, there are 80 of these test facilities connected by a subway. You'll depart from the station with purpose. A variety of missions await Agent 8 and her talents.
Oh.
Let it die vibes.
Expect new stories to unfold, shedding new light on beloved characters. You may think you know everything about the world of Splatoon, but these waters run deep, and so does the lore.
Nice.
Escape
Specifically
from its
mentioning
twisted
the lore
depths,
is
and
really
you'll
good.
be able to join multiplayer matches as an Octoling. We hope you enjoyed this fresh perspective.
What do they
so
transform into?
adorable.
Show us.
Since Octa means 8 in Latin, that means 2018 is the year of the Octoling. Splatoon 2 Octo expansion.
I think he had a hard time keeping a straight face there.
After today's Nintendo Direct, Splatoon 2 Octo expansion will be available for advanced purchase in Nintendo eShop.
I think they turn into little
With this
octopuses
purchase,
like that. Little
Splatoon
octopi.
2 owners will immediately receive Octo-themed in-game gear to use in battle today.
Thank you, Squid Research Lab. Hopefully, Splatoon 2 will continue to splatter our expectations.
You bet.
That's all for today's Nintendo Direct. Well, actually, we have one more announcement.
Oh, you
Please take a look
smiling
at our last video
Koizumi.
for the day.
We get. Splatoon related.
What if this is Smash? This is some good CG.
What if this is Smash? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think you're right. I think you're right on the money.
Holy moly, let's go. Bring him in.
It was just like
Bring
Splatoon on
him in.
3DS.
Oh man.
Bring him in.
Oh yeah. Wow. It feels like it.
Yeah! There we go. There we go.
With her fear in her eye. Oh my god.
You're gonna die.
Oh man. Oh, that's a trailer.
2020. Oh!
2018.
Ooh. Ow. Yeah.
Spicy.
That's it though.
Sweet
huh?
heat.
They're just gonna leave us with that.
Yeah.
That's a good tease.
What other way would you end? That was beautiful.
That's a good tease.
Holy moly.
2018.
Who directs those? Like
Nintendo Direct.
that trailer is so funny and
Yep.
so good. The way Mario
You're
is so
gonna
intimidating.
die. Breath of the Wild Link too.
Wait, was that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good detail, Ben. Oh.
I mean, there's gonna be a million different skins for that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Replay that last bit. You know what? I'll hook us up so that way we can just roll anything in.
Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'd
good
do
call,
that.
Kyle. I think it was a pretty good direct.
Blood, you got
Yeah.
I got a lot for me.
I got notes. Okay, let's go through some notes. We started off with
Such a good Smash Bros. Call.
Yeah.
You made that like right away. Kyle. That was really
Yeah.
good.
We started off with 3DS stuff.
Mm-hmm. Very
WarioWare
quick, blazing
Gold.
quick through
Yeah.
3DS. Yep.
Which, yeah, I think WarioWare is interesting because it kind of was ahead of the curve. You know, like a lot of minigame collections came after that, but like WarioWare kind of kicked a lot of that off.
Mm-hmm. And did it better than most of what came after.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's really funny in a way that, you know, Nintendo kind of saw that like people were cooling on that, and like they hadn't just continually pumped out WarioWare games.
It is kind of surprising to me though that the 3DS has been out for as long as it has, and now we're getting WarioWare on 3DS. I'm all for it, but I am surprised.
But it looks like it's got like a good collection of like stuff from everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Going all out with it.
Then we had Dillon's Dead Heat Breakers, which I've never actually played through a Dillon game.
I have not played through Dillon games either.
I played through one.
Yeah.
How was it, Kyle? Hot take.
Annoying to control, but I didn't see that demonstrated in this one.
Annoying to control, but may not be present
Yeah,
here.
you used to have to like swipe to make a move.
Oh, okay.
I think I'm kind of into the creepy me characters.
I'm not into the creepy me characters.
That's fair.
So,
that's fair.
Yeah. That's some creepy stuff for sure. Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
Kyle said it best that they smart on them for skipping to this one,
Sure.
the one that people
Yeah.
really want. And I agree that it looks right. I wish they would have given like a slightly better impression of what that Bowser Jr. story stuff was going to be, other than like it's here and you'll find out some things. But still,
totally different story. It's strange because they did that with the last game too, and like I don't feel like I need that stuff.
Sure.
So it's weird. It's just kind of like, okay, cool. Like it's you know, it's like the Splatoon expansion is exciting to me. The extra stuff that they've been announcing for these games is just like, okay, that's a thing, I guess. Maybe I'll poke into it. But,
Poking.
but yeah, I think it's cool to bring that game back. Funny enough, I played the original version of that, like the Japanese version, but I never actually got around to playing it in English.
Fancy blood.
Yeah, just for like a preview or something. Like we used to import everything in GT. So
Sure.
They brought up Detective Pikachu briefly, coming out in a couple weeks.
With a giant amiibo.
Yep. Big gruff voice Pikachu.
The Pokemon are getting unruly in the city.
I think his voice could have been more gruff.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Costs us more gruff.
Well, I got the salad mic on.
We can sell my gun.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I have no interest in that game. It's just not hitting me on any level.
What?
Yeah, I'm curious about it, but yeah, it's not one that I would necessarily jump on. But yeah,
This to me is such an obviously appealing video game.
Yeah.
It's a Detective Pikachu solving mysteries.
I'm good.
I'm with you.
I'm okay.
And when I saw the reveal for Detective Pikachu, I was with it, but seeing the gameplay and seeing them talk to each other, none of the jokes landed. I wasn't interested in the setup. I didn't think Detective Pikachu was that funny. Just not for me.
Okay.
Just not for me.
I'd be into it if they showed more that the main character could not understand, just couldn't get the whole concept of Detective Pikachu.
I think that's the
Detective
thing.
Pikachu's I'm just doing my thing, and the kid's like, whoa, slow down, or whoa, we got my trouble with my parents.
Yeah.
I can't have you can't call my mom that, just something just that little bit of bite.
I completely agree with
from
you.
The
That bite
distance between him and Pikachu
is the way to phrase it. I feel like they're taking such this unusual thing, and they could have so much more fun with it and go even crazier and weirder than they're going. And
maybe they're just selling it bad. You never know.
Could be they're just selling it. But if they're selling it bad, that means I'm buying it bad.
we got a Luigi's Mansion remake of the original coming to 3DS.
Yeah,
on that Dark Moon engine. It's an interesting call. It's obviously easy to do considering that they have that engine built already. I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I'm not going to play it. I'm not going to.
Yeah, I think that's the thing with me too.
Break out my 3DS
it doesn't look better. It's just, it's just portable.
I just think Luigi Mansion is really cool.
It's great,
and I'll play it again. I'll play it on my 3DS. I'm way on board with this. I think it looks great. I don't know, just have the idea of having Luigi's Mansion on the go with me. It's not a very long game. It would be something that would feel good, and there'd be a lot of moments where I would want to boot it up. I think this is cool.
It's weird to me, the only thing they added is the boss rush mode.
Yeah.
That's the only new thing.
I think the boss rush mode is kind of lame, but...
And I guess the map on the bottom screen is another benefit.
Yeah.
And as Chad is saying, and as we said, it's hard not wanting it on Switch, but...
Get them both.
Take it for what it is.
So that was the 3DS stuff. Starting off with Switch, the game that's out next week, Kirby Star Allies. They basically just revealed that there's going to be certain characters that you wouldn't expect that can play along with Kirby, as well as free DLC characters coming in the weeks after.
Yeah. The animal friends just get me, because I played so much Kirby's Dream Land 2 as a kid, and so that hits me right in a very special spot, and I'm very excited about that. I think that game looks fun. So
yeah, I'm interested in getting together with you guys to play through that and get through that
review. Well, the additional characters are interesting too, because I wonder how long they're going to roll that out, because I wonder if it doesn't feel like the kind of thing now where you would finish Star Allies and then a new character comes out and you're like, sure, I'll play that whole game again just for this one new character.
I don't think that you would do that. I think you would just grab those other characters and play through some levels.
Yeah, I think that would. I mean, if I was planning to make time for that game, I think I would maybe pace that game out a little bit more, knowing that I could bring in other characters and then maybe use that to goad me on to actually finish the game.
Sure.
I also think that since again it is, it's meant to be played co-op with 4 people. I think a lot of people may just be pacing that out a bit more in general, because you'd not necessarily want to play with the AI. So when your friends come over, you play a couple of levels, and then maybe a couple weeks later you play it a bit more. So.
And Kirby games are traditionally stage based, kind of like Super Mario World, where you're so you can revisit those places and go back with other characters. Yeah.
The first of our fun Switch ports, Okami HD.
Yeah.
pretty safe bet. That Capcom's been putting that on pretty much everything. It's been on the Wii before, and it just recently came to PS4 and such. So
Yep.
I think it's a game that makes total sense on the Switch.
Yeah, it's maybe slightly disappointing that the release date didn't line up with those other versions, but I don't think it matters too much.
Yeah, but they've got the extra features in there so that if you want to use the touch controls, which
Joy-Con and touchscreen and handheld mode.
Yeah, and the motion controls option as well.
Yep.
Then we had Strange's Side, Sushi Striker: The Way of Sushido.
What a weird game.
It's like Match 3, but on conveyor belts.
Right.
I didn't realize how anime it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and lots of story.
Just
Lots of story for
the
sushi
speed
net.
of everything. What I really loved is your character eating the sushi and how fast that mouth was moving. I don't know. It just seemed kind of frantic and fun, and it's the kind of thing that I like seeing snuck into a direct, where you have these big announcements and you get very excited. And this one was like, oh, I'm curious. I want to check it out. That's kind of how I felt.
Do you think it's just like the calendar is why that slipped into this direct where it did? Like you're saying, it snuck in. Like the
June.
Oh, I think it was very careful placement.
Close,
Yeah,
right,
absolutely.
But I'm sure there's more stuff being ported to Switch between now and June that you'll be able to pick up on the eShop on your Switch. I just wonder why this in particular. They were like, you've made it to the direct. Get in there, Sushi Strikers or whatever.
So, I mean, it's weird. Like, I think it was even at E3 it was announced for 3DS. It's weird for it to be a 3DS game that is also getting a Switch release. It's one of a few that was announced in this entire thing. That has it on both platforms. It's kind of weird. It's good.
Yeah.
We want to see more of that. We want to see that happen with Luigi's Mansion, obviously.
Yeah, it's a weird kind of feeling because I think it's really smart for them to look at a lot of great indie games that could find a second life moving from some like even just Steam like to the Switch. Of course, bringing the Wii U library to the Switch for a lot of people that didn't own that console that missed out on stuff. But it is kind of a bittersweet feeling to like, oh, what's this? Oh, a game I've played. Okay,
yeah.
So I'm conflicted. I'm like, wait, no, I can't be not excited for this because this is what I want Nintendo to do. I never played Okami. Like, it might be a perfect opportunity to finally.
Oh.
Kyle, they're saying your mic is off, by the way.
Mic's not on.
I'm just
Not by
going with the
default.
information chat has given me.
I mean, I pressed the... Okay, I'll keep going. I'll work on it.
Yes, let us know
In the works.
how well you can hear Kyle. He's clicking buttons now.
Jones?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's plugged in.
Weird.
So next up, we got to see Octopath Traveler confirmed final name.
Yeah.
New characters. There's Tressa the Merchant, who so basically every character in Octopath Traveler, like they have an ability to where they can talk to NPCs and do something that other characters can't. And so the Merchant, she can obtain special items from NPCs, and then Alphen the Apothecary can get additional lore. He can ask them questions other people can't.
What the question that I have about both those mechanics is, like with the Merchant, the items that you're buying, I wonder if it's just going to be like consumable equipment type of items, or if it's going to be special types of items where you can get like additional interactions with NPCs that you couldn't get with any other character. Same with Inquire. I wonder how you're going to use that information.
Yeah.
Like if you can use it to like catch somebody in a lie or something, that would be really cool. And so yeah, I'm curious what the depth of
Yeah,
that's
I was
gonna
thinking
be.
about like those opening situations that we saw. Like, yeah, if there's somebody else in the town that could give you intel that would let you get to a different passage, or, or yeah, even maybe directly that like there's a character that's like blocking a path, but he can like talk them into moving out of the way. That kind of thing.
Still looks great.
And I mean, what they
Yeah.
just showed in the thing was like you could get a cheaper price on a hotel room.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's
Oh,
what
okay.
they showed in the
Yeah.
demo.
I thought you would sell stuff. That was the first thing. I was like, oh, merchant.
Yeah,
neat.
that's what I
You
thought
make a little
too.
extra money. I'm like, oh no, I'm spending more money.
And
Well, they said obtain, and maybe you don't necessarily always spend money to get those things.
I think you're spending blood.
Yeah.
You might be able to trade in other ways though.
And in combat, I wonder how that works because they said you can be sharing classes.
Yeah.
And so if you have like merchant as a subclass, what does that do?
Yeah, we
in
don't.
combat,
We didn't
I
see
wonder.
what their combat ability is.
Maybe you just get more money or get unique items from the actual fight,
And then
like stealing in another RPG maybe.
July 13th, coming up quick in the summer.
Yep.
Nice, good time.
Very
for
good time.
a
Gotta look at the
RPG.
collector's edition.
good on them.
Yeah.
Be just about done with Ni no Kuni 2 at that point.
Next up, Travis Strikes Again.
Yeah, this was the
I wanna look
one
at
of the
this
most
again,
curious things of the whole presentation.
Yeah. Because it's weird because like what we saw was a bunch of top-down gameplay, but they mentioned that you go into 7 different games, including an action game, a racing game, and puzzle games. I'm just curious as like how much of those styles of gameplay are going to be represented, because I just felt like we saw top-down, like almost like twin stick kind of game.
Yeah. Chat made several comparisons to Fury, and I think that's a very good comparison based on what we saw.
And we saw a few like over-the-shoulder kinds of things, but it almost looked like cutscenes. So I don't know how much like you really play.
Yeah.
Like whether you just like enter a hallway and walk forward, and
it looks like the beginning of each level is like that intro of you. Oh, I'm in this area now, and then the camera moves back, and then you get into the combat.
I wonder what the story is going to be like, and how they're going to contextualize why you're bouncing between all these different things, because they almost certainly will. Like I was actually surprised at the amount of effort that they put into the Let It Die story and the surprises that they had in there, and so very excited about that. Curious as to how it will play, and if they're kind of taking that perspective and it's shared between games, how much they're going to mix it up in between those 7 games, because 7 is a lot.
Yeah,
it's a lot. So I wonder how
a lot of different styles. I like
substantial all those are.
I like the old school PC text adventure thing going on in there.
Yeah, totally.
Here's another weird thing that I have the advantage of.
Got like a
watching the
codec
gameplay again, guys. It's 4x3 every time you're actually playing gameplay.
Oh,
yeah, look at that.
So what?
Oh, you can see it too, Johns?
Yeah, we can see it on the computer.
I can't. It's hard to see
It's really
on the
small,
tiny
but-
little laptop, Kyle. What do they have on the borders for the 4x3?
It looks like that's like your health and your battery power.
Oh, okay, so all the HUD is just
Oh
right there.
man,
Cool.
the art for the bosses that you'll be fighting is phenomenal. Oh, it looks they look like fun people to fight.
But clearly way different combat. And I wonder if that's just like an instant turnoff from people, because like the unique combat and obviously the weapons you were using, that one weapon in particular, plus how zany the bosses were, how upside down that world was.
Yeah.
Seemed to me almost like kind of a 50-50 share of what really made the 2 No More Hero games so special. You take out one of those, half of that, and offer a completely different control scheme.
Well,
that's a gamble.
It depends on what you're replacing it with, right? Because I think it's kind of exciting and very befitting of No More Heroes that they're going in a totally weird, like hard to predict direction, and so it depends on how much depth and creativity is in those boss fights and what you're doing. So it could be just as substantial as what we've seen in past games.
I'm just nervous they're going to sell it incorrectly. Sell it like, hey, another No More Heroes game, go for it. And it's not necessarily being like, no, this is different, but very cool, and we can celebrate this being a different game.
I think it's telling that they're not putting the No More Heroes branding on it.
Well, it's in there, but
Try to
it's
Strikes
not
Again.
But
it's No More Heroes, yeah.
Yeah, but the way that they're like, how they're positioning it, I don't know. Maybe people will still be confused, but in my opinion, the title still looks still looks good.
We got another look at a Switch version of Dark Souls.
There's only one thing to say.
Maybe my favorite announcement from the entire direct. So funny.
Solaire Amiibo.
Really great.
Wow.
What does it do? We don't know. They didn't say, right?
Does it need to do anything?
I think, Jones, I think they did, and we were just totally going nuts because they show the character in your game doing the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
But, I mean, you already had that, like, expression.
Right.
Well, but they're a Covenant, too, so maybe you get the Covenant bonuses from him or something? Like,
that wouldn't make sense.
Like, you don't necessarily have to go find him to get in the Covenant, or I don't know. Is Solaire coming to Smash Brothers?
They do say it makes you praise the sun.
Yeah,
There's got to be more to it.
There's got to be more to it.
I don't know. I could see it being pretty simple like that.
Just dropping in.
Out of the percentage, Kyle Bossman, out of all the percentage of everybody going out and buying that, are they buying it ironically because it is what it is, or are they buying it actually to integrate it into the video game?
Oh, no.
It's 100% one way. Yeah.
It's all gimmick, baby.
It does the Praise the Sun emote anywhere, anytime. Yeah.
That's so
I think,
fun.
And I actually think it's wise of them to keep it simple like that.
That is the perfect implementation.
Yeah, I agree. That is a nice way of doing it.
What do you think of the way the game looks? Because, I mean, it's been a while since I've seen, like, the PS3 Dark Souls in action.
Sure.
But it did look like it was scaled back a little bit from that, even.
From the PS3 version, it's hard to say without having them side by side, but I wouldn't say it was scaled back. That was not the impression that I got.
Okay. I just felt like
in fact, I'd even go
less detail on like texture and polygon models.
I have to pull them up side by side, but I feel like I would almost go the other way, but it's hard to say.
Yeah, I think it looks good. But I definitely felt like a noticeable difference, but maybe it's because I've been looking at Dark Souls 3 so much, so I need to go back and look at the original Dark Souls. So.
I mean, even from Dark Souls 1 to Dark Souls 2, it's a pretty huge jump, so... Yeah, I thought it looked good.
They quickly talked about new ability. Other people are sharing this online that you can redeem gold points now when buying games.
So I feel bad. I was still kind of reeling from the Solaire announcement. So when they go into this transaction thing, I didn't catch
quite
any
catch
of it.
the details exactly, but basically, I don't think it can apply to every game. But you rack up rewards when you buy games.
Sure.
And
that applies to every game.
It does apply to every game?
All money you spend on the store, you're earning coins for.
Okay. But you can spend those coins on any game too?
Oh, no, sorry. It doesn't go both ways.
Right. So you can actually, for certain games, you can apply that to reduce the amount of real money you're playing.
Arch Seraphis brings up a good point that we didn't talk about, the network test that they're doing with Dark Souls.
Oh, yeah.
Which is a very cool thing.
Yeah, because then anyone can just jump in and see how it plays.
Yeah, Nintendo has really taken on with that with ARMS and Splatoon and now, Dark Souls as well. I think that's good. I like that. Let people get in.
But I
and
also
play.
one of the reasons we're so excited right now about the rest of Octopath Traveler is because we've played a very cozy chunk of it. Obviously, a small percentage of the final game, but that was a big demo.
Yeah.
And I love doing the network test for Dark Souls. I like that people are gonna be able to play ARMS for free, what kind of sounded like the whole game for 3 days, or just for that time period. There was another game that I think it was Aces. They said there'll be a trial,
there'll be a tournament, an online open
which
tournament.
Sounds like maybe only one course, couple of characters, and love that. So smart for people, getting that console.
Yep.
And smart for people that it's just so easy. There's so many great games out there. It's easy to keep that Switch docked and just forget you have it.
Right.
And to have these announcements of I never played that and it's free, so let me go get that right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Smart.
Then they went deep into Mario Tennis Aces, the one game they revealed before the Direct that they were talking about.
Knocking people out.
I gotta watch that again in slow-mo, baby.
Yeah. This was really fun to watch.
Yeah, they have a lot of depth in the mechanics going on. It looks like a lot of modes. The story mode in there.
Like the Toad and Toadette are different characters.
Online tournaments with rewards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Potentially new characters. That's interesting.
Chain Chomp.
Yeah.
After
unlocking new characters.
After that Wii U game, not even having any kind of campaign, it's wow.
I feel like with these types of games, with a Mario sports game or a spin-off game like this, when you get to the new features section, it kind of just floats right over your head, and you don't really think about it all that much. But with this presentation, I thought to myself, I want to knock people out. I want to see everybody super move at the end when they showed Waluigi with the rose.
Smashing rackets?
Yeah, anything that you can show me that gets me excited, and I think to myself, I have to try this. For this type of game, I think is a huge success. That looked awesome.
The shattering though of your rackets, your racket shattering.
Yeah.
Instant kill.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, they said if you don't have any rackets left, so I'm curious about how many rackets
loot
you'll end
box
up getting.
rackets.
And loot boxes.
It seems like Damiani would lose 10 matches in a row just so he could get the one win from the racket smash. It would seem like Damiani would be that's the only way I want to win. That's it.
Well, yeah, because
if I don't win with the racket smash, it's not a win.
It looks like that's the gambit because you have the trick moves.
Yeah.
Basically, where they build meter, but they're risky to do. I
Yeah.
think that's the whole game. Are you going to play the trick moves?
Nothing but trick moves from Damiani
Oh
and
my
then
gosh.
smashing rackets.
Can you imagine just seeing people flip back?
Damiani will
and forth?
find a way to actually kill characters in the game. Where it's you can't ever play as Waluigi again. Yeah.
Also doing a pre-launch online tournament.
Yep.
So pretty cool. Coming out June 22nd. Good time for that game as well.
Yeah.
Our
Be a
next
good birthday month for me.
Yeah. A next nice port that everyone was hoping for, Captain Toad, coming to Switch and 3DS.
And 3DS. That was surprising.
July 13th, with Mario Odyssey levels added on.
They made it a point to talk about the 3D puzzles in the 3DS version, so I wonder how different those two versions are going to be, where it's you'll encounter these puzzles in the Switch version, they just won't have the 3D element, or if they'll be slightly different games. I'm curious.
Yeah. I have a feeling it's just a 3D effect enabled. Yeah, but I'm curious how that mentally changes how you look at those levels, because they are obviously playing in three-dimensional space and trying to line up everything perfectly. So yeah, to actually have that in stereoscopic vision or whatever, I wonder if it in some ways it'll make the game easier.
And by the way, did you know that he was in Super Mario Odyssey in parts? You might not know that.
Video too, dude.
But I love the thing that's funny about that comment is what's the goal for that statement? To sell more Odyssey copies, I guess. That there's that one direct fan out there who's like tuned in, who's like, wait, what?
It is really weird. It is really weird.
It's actually I think it's the opposite. I think they're like, this is part of the lore.
Oh,
you need to play this game to understand Toad from that game.
So
if
Odyssey was your first Mario game ever, and you were like, what's the deal with this, Captain Toad character?
Yeah.
Here you go.
You remember this guy?
It's time to dive in.
Did you find him?
With the lore.
Or if I wonder if it's like some kind of excitement pull where they think people forgot that they meant Captain Toad in Mario Odyssey, and so you can have that pull where you're like, no, he was there. You remember the good times?
I also love just seeing Odyssey levels that size, because like Donk City is like your normal open world city environment condensed and just like a real, like a specific block. It's like hard right angles, and then you take that even smaller.
Wait,
in Toad, it's great.
Are they gonna do the performance in Captain Toad? Is we gonna get like a special version of that?
They want you to wonder that.
Yeah, they showed.
They got me on the hook.
Gotcha. Yep.
Hook, line, and sinker. Let's go.
Next.
Smart though. That was really fun.
Yeah, we got a few ports in a row.
Put a smile on.
Undertale. I think everyone was looking for this one to come.
Yeah.
People have been
not
asking
too
for
surprising. Very cute way to present it though. Mm-hmm. Knocked it out of the park with that. Eventually,
the lights are out. What's happening?
It's kind of surprising, but yeah, cool. Not a ton to say. I don't think. Good game.
Crash Bandicoot N.Sane Trilogy.
Crazy.
I love how much they played up.
Dark Souls on Switch. Crash on Switch.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I love just the presentation. Like, can you believe that we're doing this? Nintendo Crash is on here. It's updated.
Right.
Here's all the lore from all 3 games because we can't believe this is happening.
It's funny because like Sony at least made it seem like they had pushed so much for this trilogy to happen. Yeah. And so for them to just like flip over to a Nintendo console the next year, it's just like, oh, okay. It's like Activision saying like, "Yep, this is actually ours."
Power play, let you know where we stand in these negotiations.
Games on a Nintendo console.
Yeah, I think they'll be happy that they put that over there, but like, not going to sell as much as it did last year. You think?
I think it's going to sell really well, John.
It's going to sell well, but not like really huge, crazy. Like, whoa, look at those numbers. Are you going to be surprised by the number?
It sold like crazy on PS4.
I think I'll be surprised by the number.
Okay, all right.
People are saying Crash and Smash, and like,
of course.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go.
Yeah. Up next, Little Nightmares Complete Edition.
Cool.
With Pac-Man outfits.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, what a feel-good announcement until the end.
Of all the amiibo, they can have some kind.
I mean, it doesn't matter, but.
Oh man.
I'm excited that more people get.
But Bandai Namco was involved already in that game. Publishing.
Oh, they published
there you go.
Yeah.
That's where the connection is. They said that at the end
you can
as
have
well.
A Pikachu hoodie or something. But there it is.
Yeah. It's a funny one. I definitely dig that game though, and I think it can easily work on the Switch.
Play that game, yo.
Got to play that DLC.
Yep, me too. Somebody was saying that we got an email in Frame Trap where they said, if you haven't played the DLC, you basically haven't played half the game. Like there's so much important stuff in there, and so that got me excited as well.
The next port up, South Park, The Fractured But Whole.
Oh man,
worth it just for that chippy announcer to have to say Fractured Butthole.
I really expected a Stick of Truth announcement to coincide with that, and so I was a little bit surprised.
It could still happen.
Yeah.
I think. But yeah, that's just Ubisoft playing off of how popular Rabbids was.
That Solaire amiibo has broken me, and now like every single game, it's like no Coon amiibo. We can't really. We're done. Fine. Great.
A Cartman amiibo would be pretty damn good.
Great.
Cartman and Smash.
Who's Butters? What was the cereal? He's like half Mr. Berry Crunch or what is it? Berry Crunch amiibo? It's his like superhero character. He flies around and, like spits. No, Chaos is the fantasy one.
Okay.
He flies around and shoots breakfast cereal out of his hands. I don't remember. It's like Berry Crunch or something, or something.
Can't help you. I'm sorry.
I want that amiibo.
Coming
I
out
want them all now.
pretty close to the second DLC.
Mince Berry Crunch. Sorry, Chat's got it. Chat's got our back.
Mince Berry Crunch. Do we have a Amaterasu amiibo, right?
No, we don't. We do not.
Why have I seen that? Oh, weird. Okay.
I mean, because it makes so much sense, but no, you haven't seen it. That does not exist.
Amaterasu should also be in Smash.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting, but yeah, it could happen. And then the last Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition, which I didn't remember, but is not at all surprising to me. That's coming.
Hyrule Warriors Definitive. I mean, here's where I'm at with Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition. I think it was like a few nights ago. I was like, when is that coming out? It felt like it should either have happened or is happening like within the next couple of weeks. But no, we're a little ways out from that. What do they say? May
18th.
Yeah. It's later than I was expecting.
I don't know why, but I get hung up on the word definitive. Anytime somebody uses the word definitive in a game, I'm like, oh, really? And I'm not sure if Hyrule Warriors deserves definitive.
I think it does, though, because...
people that played the original Hyrule Warriors were
the
like...
the original was Wii U, and then they added
I'm
stuff
hold
for
off.
3DS,
There's got to
right?
be...
What's that?
They added stuff,
for
for
3DS.
the 3DS,
yep.
But the 3DS didn't have, like, obviously didn't have the graphics of the Wii U,
Right.
so now it's like, you've got all the graphics of the Wii U with all the content of the 3DS. It's the definitive edition. It's a
it
pretty
is kind of
easy
nice
example.
because that game has an absurd amount of DLC, and so just being able to be like, okay, no, I'm good. I got this.
But see, if it was called Absurd Edition,
Absurd Edition?
I'd be tempted.
Okay,
That
I'm
would
with
be
you.
good.
It's
I'd
just
be
that
a
word
bigger sell for me
definitive.
personally, it's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Hyrule Warriors Absurd Edition is a great title.
You know?
I'm kind of hung up on that.
We had a quick talk about an ARMS tournament with art as a prize. I don't know. What did you think of that, Ben?
I don't know if I have any thoughts to give on it. They're doing an arms tournament, and that's cool. And
Yeah, it just didn't feel like much of an announcement.
Yeah, the way they presented it was kind of weird, but I'm glad that they're continuing support for that game the way they are. I think bringing back the text punch, I really love this idea.
Yeah.
And I wonder if Nintendo is going to do it with other things in the future. I think it would be cool. I think Aces would be a game that comes out, is really hot, a few months pass, and they're like, hey, you can play for free again. Check this thing out.
Yeah.
I like that idea. I like that strategy.
I really like those types of announcements. They make me feel good, even for games I'm not playing and do not plan to. And amongst the Nintendo community, they're like, these things are still going on. Like these, and like anything sports, even something like Rocket League. Like it's fun to promote events and promote the fact that you didn't miss the the zeitgeist. It was not something that you needed to play this game on this console right at the time of launch. It's totally fine to play it now.
Yeah.
Splatoon 2, obviously, great time to play.
Yeah, and then Splatoon 2 version 3.0 coming in April. 100 pieces of new gear, 3 or 4 new stages. Somewhere I didn't get a full count.
What was the name of the theme park one?
Wahoo World.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Where the kids like to go to make out or something. That was interesting.
They definitely
I love that. That's what you interpreted.
Well, I think they called it the ultimate date place for the young squids, and it's called Wahoo World. So you're like, okay.
You might be a bigger Splatoon fan than I realized.
And then the big thing is the Octo expansion, new story mode.
Oh, I really want to watch that trailer again.
80 test facilities.
The way they drug that thing out and the music, man.
Yeah.
That got me excited.
$20. $20 good for an 80 level expansion?
I saw some people gawking at the price, and I get that as a knee-jerk reaction, but Splatoon 2 has given people so much for free, and we don't know
I think that's what I was thinking too.
How big that story is going to be. I don't think it's too crazy. I really don't. I'm excited for it.
I think the main thing that it sounds like they would add on to that is just the writing. I think a lot of the events, it sounds like they're going are almost strictly moving from just these content creators that are like making these costumes, making these weapons and modes and stuff, going straight to the release. Whereas a lot of the people that wrote the funny dialogue and the bits, like a lot of their stuff was just still in the game. And it seems like there's a very minimal amount compared to the main campaign of Splatoon that's required.
Right.
So with this, they're like, no, this is a weird story. Like that, you're gonna get more of that zaniness.
You got story, you got music, you got like a lot of level design if they're going to have these 80 test chambers, which sound like they're going to be more compact than the original levels, but at the same time, there's some crazy stuff in that footage.
How much
those Octolings are adorable.
How much rail stuff? Because it seemed like you kind of reacted to that when you were looking at stuff like kind of these bigger environments with lots of different rails.
Oh, they definitely
winding
have
around
quite a
each
bit
other.
of rail stuff later.
And you could
in the
jump on
campaign,
rails and shoot and stuff.
Yeah.
I think what Blood is just trying to express and is accurate is that grinding on rails is dope.
Yeah.
And any more of it always promotes the same reaction. Yeah.
And then, great reveal at the end.
Yeah.
Oh my
Hell
gosh.
of a trailer.
Splatoon.
Yes.
Like going from the Splatoon announcement, like planning that out, to having like, okay, we've got more Splatoon, and it's like, we saw it coming pretty quickly, but there are other alternatives, like whether it could have been like some kind of like mini Netflix series or something, but yeah, Smash Brothers.
Like, think about it, because putting Splatoon characters into Smash, like, that's cool, that's awesome, I'm looking forward to it, I want to play them, but it's not like an earth-shattering announcement. It was all in the way that they presented it that made that trailer so hype and fun to watch. Very cool. Well done, Nintendo. And good way to end. They
Yeah.
really faked me out. I thought they were done. I thought they were done. Koizumi got me again.
Another really fun part of that is it was announced it was going to be a half hour, and we're over a half hour.
Yeah.
So if you do one more thing after it's supposed to be done, that's so good.
And have we ported Smash Brothers before? This is the first time we're getting Smash Brothers on a different console, but the same Smash Brothers.
Well, we don't know anything about whether it's the same Smash Brothers. or not.
Apparently, I saw chat. They said Polygon was reporting that it's a port.
I mean,
it's just
with it coming this year, that makes
What's
sense.
interesting is it didn't say Super Smash Brothers for Switch.
No, it didn't. I was waiting.
It just
I was
says
waiting
Super
for
Smash Brothers.
that.
I'll see
Yeah.
if they
But
send a
the
press release
official
out.
title of the last game is Super Smash Brothers for Wii U.
And 3DS, yeah.
Right.
I mean, look at the logo. It's not even
So
going
it's
nuts.
there's like a little title conflict. I never thought about that of like what they could
Scaled
call
back,
it.
dude.
Because they're not if they don't call it Super Smash Brothers for Switch, then if we get a new Smash Brothers on Switch, which might not happen, I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't gotten any kind of. Oh wait, there we go. No.
I have to wonder if because the last one was Super Smash Bros. for Wii U, like,
Here we go.
Do you just call it Smash 4 when you're putting it on Switch? Like, do you say Super Smash Bros. for Wii U now on Switch? No. Like, how do you name that thing? I don't know. Definitive.
Because I want some more
Absurd
characters.
edition.
We'll probably get more characters, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be.
Oh,
a ton of
yeah.
characters.
And I hope, if they get trailers too, for as little as I play Smash Brothers, I adored that all the campaigns for all of the games, those trailers, the TV spots back in the day with the people in the big suits beating the crap out of each other.
They know how to get the
The
people
way her
excited.
eye shakes as she sees the logo.
Yeah. The fire in her eye. And it's so intimidating. I love that all of these happy-go-lucky characters are all standing there in a row like, you're going down.
Brandon, if you could put a character into the Switch version, who'd you put in?
What did I put in the Switch version? I don't know. As far as that's the thing is Smash always surprises me with introducing me to... I was happy that I knew what Game & Watch was when that was first introduced. I'm like, oh, I actually have some context there. I used to play those back in the day.
Yeah, there's really next to nothing here. That in terms of detail. Nintendo Switch Super Smash Bros. Working title. The Super Smash Bros. Series comes to Nintendo Switch in 2018. Teaser trailer featured recognizable faces like Mario, Link, and Inklings from the Splatoon series.
The mayor would be great.
Tom Nook.
Tom Nook?
Well, Tom Nook would be hilarious, but the mayor from New Donk City. What's her name?
Oh, Pauline?
Pauline, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
be
that'd
a
be
fun
great.
fighter.
She just... All of her attacks are singing and dancing.
And or like the band comes
Yeah,
in.
yeah,
backs her up at some
band,
part.
yes,
Yeah.
band assists. You're onto something. You're onto something.
I want a Captain Toad who can't jump.
Sure.
That'd be really good.
He's just always on the bottom. But he uncovers things. He's
He
doing,
can
"Oh, look at
he can
that."
like
Takes
rotate
stuff
the stage
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like your platforms people are on,
Yeah.
just like spin them around.
Yeah, is it a port though? I mean, I think that's an easy thing to say and to assume. I don't know that there's any
It's a
solid
port.
information to
It's
say
a port.
that it is.
Mario Kart 8 was in the top 10 NPD in January.
Yeah, it's a port.
It's a port.
It's a port.
They're-
Every
had so
time,
much success.
But I mean, I also don't think there's like a game like you need to reinvent the engine or anything like that.
Right.
Like you put a lot more content in there, then yeah, you're essentially working with the same game, even if it is radically different.
I thought this was going to be the give. When I first saw Smash Bros., I was like, oh, whoa, what are they doing? I thought this was going to be the give where they're like, okay, 2020. We're starting it now. This is one character, a couple characters we want to put in it. But then it's not 2018. It's like, of course, it's the game we've already played with just some new stuff. Because there's no way there's a brand new Smash ready.
Why?
The next, like...
GameCube Smash launched.
Yeah, I just from not having
time, blood.
Yeah, from not having heard something about it, I would be surprised. Because I mean, if it was a brand new Smash, I think that's your E3 game. I don't think there's anything other than Metroid.
Oh, it's gonna be the E3 game anyways, dude. What do you mean?
Yeah,
well,
but I mean, the
anything other
booth,
than
you know,
Metroid?
like last year's booth was Odyssey, and I think you could make a Smash booth, although it'll probably be a Metroid booth. That would be my take. Mm-hmm. But yeah,
that was a good direct.
That was a good direct. Satisfying.
Especially
extremely
for
well presented.
Short amount of
good
time.
announcements. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Not disappointed. Not disappointed.
The Solaire amiibo was just
the Solaire amiibo.
Oh,
they're
that
man,
was so
they're playing to the
spectacular.
crowd.
Yeah, I mean, probably the lowest point would be like.
I'm just worried that like
Dillon or Sushi Striker, right? It's like there's not that many low points.
Yeah, but I mean, I think even those weren't tremendous
Right.
low points. You know.
No, they weren't.
Will I be able to buy a Solaire amiibo? That's what I want to know. Like, how much of a pain is that process going to be?
Oh, are they gonna be like sold out or something?
Oh,
or
yeah.
Sold out, yeah.
Gonna cost so much.
Detective Pikachu is larger than Solaire. That's a crazy toy line.
What if it's not? They just don't announce it.
His hands just kind of
like you get your Amazon package of your Solaire amiibo, and you're like, why is this box so big? And you open it up, and I guess it's time to. And that's why it's the only thing it does is the gesture is because you have this giant statue that you got to carry over to your Switch and slam.
No, you have to
You
carry your
gotta-
Switch over to it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
So you can't do it while it's docked. So nobody can stream them using the, or you can still do Amiibo on the wireless, right?
The Pro Controller.
The Pro Controller, right?
Yeah.
So like, well, it's funny because I know a lot of people like try to beat it with no armor, try to beat it with this particular weapon. It's like, what kind of challenges can you present yourself as a Dark Souls player with that Amiibo?
Oh, there's
to
gonna
try
be
to, like,
there's
make
gonna be
the
plenty.
mode happen at certain points.
There's gonna be plenty.
And somebody mentioned you get his armor when you defeat Solaire in the game, right?
Mhm.
And they were like, I wonder if you get the armor with the Amiibo.
I think it's just a gesture. You want more, and I appreciate it. But
That's a very small amount of things to get for an Amiibo. That's gotta
well,
be a record.
Amiibo are known for giving you a lot of cool stuff in games, and so I understand where you're coming from.
You can get the gesture in the game anyway, right?
Yeah, you can get the gesture in the game anyway.
It's pretty crazy to make something happen in the game that you can get anyway.
It makes it a lot easier to put it in the game.
It does. It's just,
I think it's a perfect Soul solution, Jones.
Yeah.
You don't want to sacrifice the integrity of a Souls game.
Exactly.
It's true. So it's integrity, not sacrificed.
Right.
No, integrity
You're not getting
enhanced.
5 humanity for that.
There's now more integrity in Dark Souls than there was before. Yeah.
Oh, fascinating. Well, thank you, Blair, for coming on down. Ben, we grabbed. Kyle, do you want to join us again for the conclusion?
Join us again. Do we give
Big full
ratings?
screen?
I love giving ratings.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Do we want to go full screen or just let that run out?
Oh, yeah. You're right. I'll go full screen.
You can sit down and go full screen.
I like having a visual, you know?
That direct was Jolly Huber
Green.
is summing up my feelings, I think. People are like, once again, dagger through the heart. Phantasy Star Online 2 announced for the Switch. Cool. Cool.
In Japan? That was the
yeah,
thing that just
in
happened?
Japan.
Nice.
Wait, did they?
That's what Chad is saying.
Oh.
Is that for real, chat? We're not going to know until
They
we
could
get
just
on
be
to Twitter or
be
something.
terrorizing me. I don't know.
So basically, we know everything that is coming out on Switch up until the end of well, not even August. So like midsummer, they really laid out everything that's going to come to Switch, and I really appreciate that.
2019 Bowser's Inside Story, which we didn't talk about.
Yeah.
Oh.
3DS selling.
I think that's what that
crazy
was.
well.
I think it was like, hey, keep your 3DS around. We're going to still be putting games out for that.
Don't trade it in. Bowser's coming. It's fine.
Yeah, please keep that product in your hands.
If you could have one product from this direct, including Smash Brothers, what would you want to have right now?
Octopath Traveler.
Yes, Octopath is the correct answer.
That's a good.
Octopath
That
Traveler.
man, when he was on the like in the graveyard, and the forest was in the background. That lake, and like the first shot, the reflections on the lake. Oh.
Yeah.
Are you saying that's going to be good?
I'm saying that is good. It's good now. It's good now.
It's good now.
If it releases and somebody gets to play it before me and then tells me it's bad, and I don't have time to play it and never end up playing it, it will still be
I
good.
think you should end that friendship.
It'll still.
I think you should end that
I will
friendship.
still know that as a good thing in my mind because of how much joy it's given me already.
I'm a little nervous about
beautiful.
the dual jobs.
Sure.
That's going to be
Nervous?
so intimidating
Nervous?
to me. Yeah.
Oh, excited.
I get intimidated when RPGs get into those depths.
I think you'll get it. I think this will be the
I
game
don't
that
think it's gonna be that
changes your
complex.
multi-job, multi-class anxiety.
What is so funny to me is designing this game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, come up with a title. They're like, we'll do that later. For now, let's just do Project Octopath Traveler. And they're like, okay, all right, that's good for now. And then that ends up being the title that's on the box.
I think this was always the intent.
You think so?
Yeah.
It was just like a
I think
test,
this was
maybe.
always the test.
We like the name, but it might be weird.
Yeah.
We'll see what everybody thinks.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, that name's fine.
I think
what we'll
Octopath
call it.
Better
Traveler.
than Nintendo Switch Super Smash Brothers.
What?
Is that the official title?
That's the working title right now on the
Nintendo
press
Switch
release.
Super Smash Brothers?
It's so weird they just wouldn't call it Super Smash Brothers for Switch. That's so weird.
Right.
Yeah. I think it's going to have a new name. I really do. Like Super Smash Brothers Blitz or something. I think that's going to have its own.
Blitz.
Oh, I also think kind of like our Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition, that Smash Brothers could have all the stuff from the 3DS game.
Oh, it will. I think it will.
Oh, guarantee it. Oh, Blood. I think a lot of the 3DS characters have been added to the Wii U since, actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But the stages and stuff too.
Sorry, we're talking Zelda.
Oh no, I'm talking about for Smash Brothers.
Yeah. There's none of those stages have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool stuff.
What's your score, Kyle?
Oh, that was a really good direct. I think that when they first showed the headlines method, we were like, oh, this is good. And I think at this point they've like mastered the way and the order in which things should be released. 3DS first, get it all out of the way. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a really good score. I'm gonna give that an 9.2.
Oh, going numbers.
Yep.
You usually do the letter grades for conference. Okay.
So A- from Kyle.
Sure, call it an A-. I give it an A-. Well, no, because I want to give it an A.
I was thinking in
give it
terms
an
of
A.
letters,
Okay.
so you're
Yeah,
throwing
right.
off my
Yeah,
whole
I give it an
mental
A.
process.
I
You
give it an A. Yeah.
Okay. I agree a lot with what you said. I think the way that this direct was presented was done so well, and things that I didn't think I was going to be interested in, because of the way they were presented, I was way more hyped up. Like, single player content for Splatoon is exciting. You give me that song, you give me that trailer, you bring me up a whole nother notch. The Mario Aces thing, I was like riveted. I was glued to it, and I like Mario Tennis, but I wouldn't consider myself a big fan or that I was going to get like super hyped up, and now I really want to play it, and I think that's cool. I think the Octopath release date just makes my heart sing. I think that Smash Bros. Trailer is a phenomenal trailer. Really, really good. A- for me.
Mm-hmm. I think I'll go...
Checking his notes, doing the math.
No, I think I'll go B+. I definitely think it was all positive. I definitely think there's room for it to be better as well. I want to say, well, the reason I check my notes because I want to say that like Travis Strikes Again might be the only third-party game we saw that wasn't a port. So definitely would be nice to have some bigger third-party announcements in there. Also, yeah, I mean there are definitely some big Nintendo games in the wings like Metroid that we haven't seen yet. So they could have definitely done more, but I think with the stuff that they have, they did a really good job with it.
A B+ also with Blood. Just there were a lot of port announcements. The beginning of that Splatoon Octo trailer was just kind of like, okay, what is this?
Are you kidding me?
Like, I thought it was neat. I like to see her, and I was like, oh, cool. And she's walking, seeing some new characters. I'm like, all right.
I could have watched that for 10 minutes,
When she got to like
dude.
the third train car, I was like,
I loved it.
I
loved that they did it that way.
Somebody like shouting raps in a nonsense language. It was so good, man.
It was cool. It was enjoyable. I love the aesthetic. But definitely geared toward people that were playing Splatoon that know, wait, this is new. This is hold on. What is this environment? What is this character?
You'll learn more about the characters you love, and Captain Cuttlefish is just like, what's up? I don't know. I think it's pretty good.
It's the kind of score that I would give something only knowing that I want to save those A scores for when when those just one crazy announcement after another, as I have seen directs do in the past.
Well, yeah, I feel like you got to grade it on a curve though. Like you shouldn't do E3s all year.
Yeah, of course.
Yep.
So I think that's kind of where my head is at.
Yeah.
I think B+ has a lot to do with just pace and how the whole thing was handled, how much time they spent on each individual thing.
Sure.
And I can't complain, like I said, because I want a lot of these great games. I want games like Okami and stuff like that to come to Switch and people to check them out. And it's neat too. I think one of my favorite things that like I don't know what this is a sign of, because I probably brushed stuff like this off in the past, but I just love these announcements about all of the events that Nintendo's doing. I think that's really smart, and a lot of their stuff for free. It seemed like when they announce one thing now in a direct, it's not just like, oh yeah, then we got that. There's like, oh yeah, and then there's an amiibo, or oh yeah, then there's an event around, or oh yeah, there's a demo right now that you can get, or oh yeah, Captain Toad was in Odyssey or whatever. Like, but it's just neat that you can tell was one of the things I think is so important to Nintendo is that like people that work at Nintendo love Nintendo, people that buy stuff from Nintendo love Nintendo. There's just this culture of this mass adoration for this company, and it's fun to celebrate that, to show that like we're all excited for this too. We're excited for these characters. Be excited for Splatoon DLC because there's more stuff coming, but also to learn more about these characters as well.
They've played so many directs straight as well, where they've just ended, and so anytime, any conference, when you do that one more thing and you pull it off as well as that, you get a pretty significant bonus.
Oh yeah, we've seen it flop.
Yeah.
We've absolutely seen one more thing flop. That was a good one more thing.
I firmly believe the position was held on the year of Octo for like 2 seconds too long intentionally, and I really liked it.
Yeah.
He finally settles into the move, and then you can see in his eyes like, "Are we done? Are we done?" And they kept that last 2 seconds in there for the uncomfortableness of it, and it's great.
Jones, I want to touch on one thing that you just mentioned that I think is super accurate about like how everybody just loves this company in a weird way. Because when they were talking about the tournament, the ARMS tournament, they showed Nintendo HQ in like a drone shot, and it's like it's just a building.
I thought it was game footage for a second. I was like, "Whoa, that fountain looks awesome!" It's like, "Oh, that's the."
But it is. It's like, wouldn't you like to see our building, the place that we were? You know what I mean? Like it is like it's Disneyland here. It's like it's a building.
Do you know what the answer is, Kyle?
What?
Yes.
All right. Yeah.
The answer is yes. I would like to see it.
Yeah. Sure. Streaming live from the building.
It's good to feel good at the end of a direct, and I feel
yes, absolutely.
They're getting better at this.
They are.
They're getting better at this.
You did everything. I'll take us out.
All right, Jonesy.
Wrap it up.
Oh man.
Ben, we got another stream that we should promote while we have people watching still. Later today.
Later today.
Oh right, thank you. Myself. Bradley, traffic's gonna be real bad. I hope we get back in time.
Yeah,
Myself,
sorry,
Bradley Ellis, and Michael Huber are gonna be streaming Vermintide 2, and I love all of the allies, but I can't think of two better people to play that game with and just get excited and kill rats. It's gonna be really fun. What makes me excited is both Brad and Huber are equally hyped up. Like usually it's like, okay, Huber's just as hyped as me, and like Brad's coming and he's gonna check it out. Both of them are like chomping at the bit for Vermintide 2, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Tonight.
Next Tuesday on this channel, we're doing Hall of Greats, 6 p.m. Pacific time. Easy Allies will determine which next two games are some of the greatest games of all time.
I'm so excited.
Tomorrow morning, I'm building a Lego of us.
Lego.
Well, Jones, we gotta show it again. If you say I'm building a Lego of us, that makes no sense to me without the context.
Bam.
Yes, dude.
Bam.
Bam.
Yeah, you can see that stuff in the schedule module right below this or at easyallies.com. Both of which convert to your local time.
Yes.
Good website plug.
Cool. Yeah, definitely check those out. We have lots of streams happening all week long. And the website's cool too because we make lots of videos. Thanks everybody. Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Daniel Bloodworth. Thank you, Brandon Jones.
Thank you.
Thank you everybody for watching. Thank you moderators. Thank you to everybody who subbed and resubbed. Sorry we did not have notifications on. Just don't do it during reactions. We just don't.
Yeah.
Gotta respect the direct. Okay, everybody. So long.